Arena, the Sockers were facing elimination, but Cha-Cha Namdar scored on a perfect pass from Gene Wilrich, giving San Diego a 2-0 lead in Game 5 of the series. Then Juan Hermes netted his 6th power play goal of this playoff year, a surprising shot that curled around Tino Lettieri in the Minnesota net. Sockers led 4-1. Then a bump by Ade Cocker on Tino Lettieri, and a power play followed for Minnesota. And the Strikers threatened to come back when White Vegas scored on the power play, beating Jim Gorsuch. That made the score 4-2 Sockers. But unlike Game 4 of this championship series, the Sockers didn't pull. Hugo Perez scored one of 3 fourth-period goals for San Diego on a feed from Segota. The Sockers went on to win 7-4. Hello again, everyone. I'm Randy Hahn, along with Sockers assistant coach Johan Arnio. And yes, it's true, we are back at the Met Center in Bloomington, Minnesota for Game 6 of this MISL Championship Series. The Sockers got here by winning at home on Wednesday night. Now they have to win again tonight to force a 7th and deciding game of this championship series Monday back in San Diego. But they'll have to win tonight without one of their most prolific scorers, Hugo Perez, who suffered a knee injury in that game Wednesday that will keep him out of the rest of this championship series. We'll hear Ron Newman's comments on that and more when he joins us next as our pregame show continues from the Met. Welcome back to the Met Center in Bloomington. I'm Randy Hahn, along with Sockers head coach Ron Newman. And Ron, Wednesday night at the Sports Arena, obviously you needed a great performance for your team, and they pulled you through. They got you back here for a Game 6, and I would have to think they did just about everything right for you.
Oh, they were marvelous.
Has been outstanding in the playoffs. 3.35 goals against average, a 9-4-1 loss record. He has been a controversial figure, no doubt, but certainly one of the finest players in the game. Down at the other end, Zoltan Zoe. Another outstanding goalkeeper in the playoffs, 4.05. He is 4-2 in the one-loss column. He starts in the goal to our right for the San Diego Sockers. Starting lineup, Sockers will send Taz Dana out. He replaces Perez in the lineup along with Wolwitz and Segota up front. Crow and Clavillo on defense. The Strikers, Goosens, Willie, and Hudson along with Fogarty and Vegas on defense. We are set to get underway as Dana lines up at center with Segota and Clavillo pushing up along with Crow. Sockers defend to go to our right and move right to left. Strikers in their home white jerseys, black shorts and white socks. Recapping the series, Sockers took Game 1, then the Strikers won the next 3, and then San Diego winning Wednesday night at the Sports Arena. Killing a little better, 72%. David Byrne out there with Goosens, Vegas, Dangerfield, and Willie. Vegas, speaking of dangerous, is exactly that from the left point side. Here's a chance for Willie, and he scores.
Ball comes across the Byrne. At this point, Alan Willie is coming from behind the defender. The ball is played, it's a loose ball. First one that got to the ball, man, kicked it in. It's an indoor goal.
Great job by Alan Willie to adjust his body in midair. So the Strikers take advantage of the power play, and they get the game's first goal. And for Alan Willie in this playoff year, that's his league-leading 14th goal. Julie will try and get it back. Now a collision in midfield between Goosens and Crow, and that'll be a foul, Minnesota. And that's their 6th. Looked like a strange collision there, but obviously the referee felt Goosens took a run at Crow. So now the Sockers go on a power play again, and a chance to tie this up the same way that Minnesota took the lead. Goosens stepped over the ball. Yeah, that was a foul. Threw his right shoulder into Kevin Crow.
Yes, Randy, but it's also important to note that all these body contacts come from a lot of miscommunication between players that are not reading themselves on the field, both on Minnesota's side and the Sockers' side.
He should have had some word there that watch out, I guess.
Ball is being changing possession of the ball a lot of times simply because of miscommunication, players not reading each other. It's due to the intensity of the game at this point.
Strikers penalty killing good. Gene Wilrich is out on this power play, and he has the ball now at the red line. That's good to see. B at the left side. Takes the pass from Gene. Cocker in front. Scores! Great shot by Ade. And is he happy?
From a very difficult angle, he manages to hook it onto the top right corner.
Beautiful shot by Cocker out of the corner. That one had eyes. And that's the one time where Tino Lettieri's size comes into play on a shot like that. He just can't cover enough of the upper part of the net. He will get the assist. Nice pass.
Julie B cuts it back to Ade Cocker, who prepares it, and from a difficult angle manages to hook it, and apparently Tino might have been his vision obstructed by one of his own defenders. There he runs into the picture, obstruction, vision obstructed, and into the top corner.
Quite simply a great goal by Ade Cocker. It comes on the power play. Get out of the first half with a tie, thanks to some good work by Zoltan Toth. And a good job defensively overall. And here in the championship series, we are at the half. San Diego 1, Minnesota 1. And we'll be back with more from the Met Center in Bloomington in a moment. In Minnesota in Game 6 of the Major Indoor Soccer League Championship Series. What an exciting game so far. 1-1 the score at the half. And we're very happy to welcome to the telecast tonight the new commissioner of the Major Indoor Soccer League, Mr. Bill Kentling, who you may recall was the chief executive operating officer, along with a number of other titles of the Wichita Wings until he assumed this position last week. First of all, congratulations, Bill, on your new job.
I appreciate it. I'm going to need more than congratulations. I'm going to need a lot of help.
That's my first question. Why take this job? You had a nice situation in Wichita. You had your building filled just about every night you played. It's a tough job.
Brain damage, perhaps, is an explanation. I think that, like a lot of people, we had some success in Wichita in 6 years, and I was looking for another growth project, and clearly there's a lot of growth left in the Major Indoor Soccer League. As you and I talked about on radio a couple of nights ago from San Diego, the league directors believed it was time to look inside for leadership for at least the next 3 years, and I wanted the job very much. I think that we are on the threshold of some real success, and I think we have 3 or 4 years in which to make some serious inroads in America. 1 game at a time, 1 month at a time, 1 season at a time. But if this crowd tonight and the play of the San Diego Sockers and the Minnesota Strikers is indicative of our future, we're in pretty good shape.
You have to be kind of pleased, and I'm sure we all are that are involved with this league, at the way the crowds have responded in the playoffs. Cleveland, great crowds until they were eliminated. We were in Tacoma, saw the biggest crowd in any professional sport in the playoffs indoors this year, 19,000 plus, and then 3 straight sellouts here. These are all very positive things happening right now.
I couldn't agree more, and you were accurate. Cleveland's a wonderful success story that's been building now for 6 years. Tacoma's obvious. Tacoma really did it at the expense of Wichita before they did it at the expense of themselves against San Diego. But something that no one's talking about, Randy, is the fact that Dallas, a team that's struggling really to stay in this league because of a potential ownership change, had 2 12,000 crowds in their 2nd year in the playoffs, and that's a great story. Obviously, Kansas City continues to always be among the leaders. Wichita, Baltimore, everywhere you go, there are some success stories. Los Angeles and Chicago, the 2 big markets, didn't have the experiences in the stands they wanted to this year, but there's a recommitment from ownership in both locales. I think next year will be our best year ever.
Well, Bill, I know you've got a lot of ideas and a lot of bold concepts to try and turn this league into a better thing year after year. Again, congratulations and the best of luck.
Thanks, and I appreciate being on.
Bill Kentling, the new commissioner of the Major Indoor Soccer League. We are at the Met in Bloomington, Minnesota. It's 1-1 in Game 6 of this Sports Arena Monday night at 6 o'clock. Johan Arnio, we alluded to it late in the half that the Sockers have to be reasonably happy with the situation right now. Obviously tied 1-1. They've been in deep holes here before, and that hasn't happened in this game.
Yes, I think that the longer the game goes and it's a close game, the better it is for us away from home. However, this being a very difficultly played game with a lot of intensity, a lot of bodies colliding, not the very best attractive soccer that you have seen, but this is the way it is out here.
I think one nice thing that we haven't seen tonight that we saw Wednesday in San Diego was some of the cheap shot stuff and some of the dives taken by people like Lettieri, who drew a couple of penalties that really shouldn't have been penalties.
And apparently, the officials are trying to keep things tight to make a better effort of watching everything, so there's been a lot of fouls called.
Highlights coming up next from the Met here in Bloomington, and we'll be back with that in just a moment. 1-1 at the half as a lacrosse game is being played on the field here in Bloomington, Minnesota. Obviously a very tight game so far, with a goal in each of the quarters, and both of them coming on the power play. And I think a lot of people would have agreed with the statement going into this game that the team that stayed out of penalty trouble would be the team that probably did best in this game. And we've had only 2 penalties in this game. Or actually, we've had 3. Shockers unsuccessful on their first power play attempt, but then making good on the second try. We mentioned the first team all MISL squads announced the other day. 2 San Diego Sockers making it. Bronco Segota at midfield, actually a forward, and Fernando Clavillo at defender. And of course, Steve Jungle, former Socker, now of Tacoma, at the forward position. David Bursick of Pittsburgh made the first team at goalkeeper. What an outstanding season he had with them, winning 21 games for a team despite the fact they didn't make the playoffs. And another Socker on the second team, goalkeeper Jim Gorsick. A couple of other Sockers, Kevin Crow and Brian Quinn, received honorable mention. Highlights coming up next from Minnesota. And Johan Arnio back at the Met Center in Bloomington as we await the start of the third period. It's a low-scoring game, 1-1. A lot of chances early on. Both of the goals, as we mentioned, coming on power plays. Alan Willie with his 14th of the playoffs. He leads all scorers at 11-12 of the first period. And then at 9-11, Ade Cocker got his 6th of this postseason from Julie V. Nice shot by Cocker, and that tied it up. And a couple of hellos to say from Caroline and Laura of the Sockers office. They're here at the Met in Minnesota tonight. They wanted to say hello to the kids from their moms here in Minnesota. A couple of moms on the loose in Minnesota. Also some telegrams sent to the Sockers from some fans. We'll get to those in a moment, but first the highlights. First goal, really a tough one to blame on anyone.
Well, what we don't see here on the screen is that Alan Willie is coming from behind one of the defenders, showing up in front, but this time the ball is ricocheting very dangerously, and Alan Willie is there. It's a loose ball. It's an indoor goal. Nothing very schematic about it, but it counts.
That made it 1-0, and it was that way for quite a while until the Sockers get a power play goal. And a nice pass by Julie V. We'll see that first, and then the shot by Cocker.
Ball here goes to the outside. It's cut back by Julie V, who threads the needle, and again, Ade Cocker just bends it right in. And the goalkeeper might have been obstructed a little bit by vision, but a nice job by Ade to put it away.
And later on, Thompson-Usian with a 2-on-none. With, who is that, Goossens? Yes, Jan Goossens.
Fans on the ball.
That's 100. He's got to make that 100 times out of 100.
Don't forget that we've missed those ourselves, so maybe that even.
And Lota Vegas both after a 50-50 ball into the corner for Willie. He'll turn, shoot. It's off the board. Back down to Goossens on the rebound. He'll tee it up for Greg Thompson. He winds up, shoots. It's deflected wide. Goossens on the rebound, and they score.
Ball that's not been able to be cleared out here. Missed kick by Walter Hermes, comes to the middle. Inside.
Ray Hudson deflects it in off Zoltan Toth. Another really indoor goal because...
Once again, there comes off Jack's knee, and Walter Hermes cannot clear it. It's first time it's hit. Zoli managed to get a piece of it, but no chance.
So Ray Hudson gets his 5th of the playoffs at 6-17. To Bernigam. Clavillo steals it. He's got a 2-on-1 with Ade Cocker. Fernando shoots, and he scores! Through the legs of Tino Lettieri, and we're tied again.
A tremendously important goal, Randy. And Fernando Clavillo, who uses his speed and manages just to shoot. And in this situation, it's gone through his legs. He hits it with the left foot. Anything can happen in indoor.
Off Tino's outside foot. Thompson hustling back, but Clavillo the faster of those two. So a power play goal for the Sockers. All of theirs have been on the power play tonight.
Minnesota caught up field a little bit, trying to penetrate an attack.
That's Fernando's fourth of the playoffs. Can't pick that one up, but kicks it to Katakalitis. Now with a minute left in the period, Collier into midfield for Ladouceur. Shot up to the red line. Has a man breaking down the right side. It's Katakalitis. George back across the other way for Ladouceur, but he drifted back. Now he runs into it, shoots. They score! Goossens put it in his own net. It's 3-2 Sockers. Jacques Ladouceur from the most unlikely of positions, way out on the left point, lets one go that hit Goossens.
Actually, it's a shot that's taken into the mixer, into a lot of crowd, and it's a confusion there between two defenders, one being the goalkeeper and ends up in the net. A difficult ball, really a difficult ball, being made a better ball by Jacques Ladouceur. And that's the danger of allowing shots from the outside in indoor.
Fourth goal of the playoffs for Jacques Ladouceur. It comes at 14-16. And the Sockers lead for the first time in this game.
This is far.
Toss to midfield. Ade Cocker heads it on. It'll drop down toward Brian Quinn. He'll get it down for Segota. Back up the left side for Cocker. He's 2-on-1 with Quinn if he can get him the ball. Here's Brian in front. He scores! It's 4-2 and the crowd is silent.
This, Randy, is the nicest goal of the game so far. Well executed, well designed. Branko Segota did nice to pass the ball forward, and Ade Cocker off the carom to Brian Quinn. Nicely done.
42 seconds into the fourth period.
Here it is. It's a chip by Branko Segota. Nice ball played right. Good timing. Nice off the boards to Brian Quinn coming in. Well designed, well executed.
So Quinn scores from Cocker, but it's too bad they don't give 2 assists in the MISL, because Branko Segota, I think, saw Ade scoring saw Quinn scoring the goal all along. All he needed was. This is Goossens with David Byrne. Byrne over to Goossens. He'll play it deep for Alan Willie. Willie punches it in front and they score.
David Byrne plays it wide. There it is. It comes off the wall. The player has gotten inside both of our defenders. Ball watching.
Namdar and Clavillo letting Dangerfield get ahead of them. That's all the margin he needed. So now it's 4-3 with 6:35 left. Vegas. Back to Byrne in the middle. He'll wind up, shoot. And it's blocked by Dolby. Then on the line, blocked by Kevin Crowe. My goodness. Now here's a chance for Quinn to score into the empty net. Moves in on goal. Here's Segota. They score! We're going home for game 7.
The most important goal of the match here.
5-3. What a turn of events. It looked like the strikers had tied it at one end. Somehow the ball stayed out. 2 great chances for Minnesota. Down at the other end.
Here's the replay. It's a shot taken by Byrne. A tremendous save by Zoltan Toth. Kevin Crowe on the line. A clearance by Fernando Clavijo. Sends. It's Brian Quinn, isn't it? Yes, Brian Quinn off the board. And a nose for goal. That's Branko Segota coming in. Most important goal of the match here, given a buffer.
5-3.
It's not over.
Well, it's not over, but I think we're going back. 1:45 left now. Byrne will stay out as the extra attacker.
And if the team ever needed a goal, it was there. It was Branko Segota, and if Branko ever needed a goal, there it was for him. I'm so happy for him.
Sockers without Hugo Perez all night, who was injured in game 5. Then they lost Gene Wilrich in the first quarter. Here's Byrne now again on the extra attacker. Ahead to Yusian. He'll take a look at goal. Lays it off to the left for Lodovegas. From along the boards, Lodovegas playing it back out to Byrne. He has to push it wide of Namdar, who was in pressuring. Now back to Byrne with 1:25 left. Byrne will play it off to Goossens. His shot. He fanned on it. and Namdar will kick it out of play. And it'll come back Minnesota ball with 1:21 left. Segoda's 12th of the playoffs. Quinn will get the assist.
1:21 is a long time. Sockers have to be tentative, very composed, but steal the ball when they can.
.13:15 time of that goal by Segoda into the empty net. Here's Byrne to the left point for Lodovegas. Long pass, and that's out of play. Goal kick now for Zoltan Toth. And that'll be a good chance to kill off a few more seconds. With 1:15 left now. Again, you can buy tickets right now for Game 7 on Monday. 232-0800, the number to call. And get your tickets now for Monday's Game 7 at 6 o'clock. Toth to midfield for Segoda. Bronco sends it through the middle for Namdar, but he'll let it go for Quinn. Now Bryan sends it back up the left wing for Bronco. David Byrne in the goal. Here's Segoda with Namdar, but it'll be cleared back by Goossens to David Byrne. Byrne will roll it ahead for Usian with 55 left. Usian down the right side, plays it in for Willie. Willie trying to turn Kevin Crow around. Solely an acrobatic play to bat it out of the way. Here's Byrne on the rebound. A shot kicked out by Katakalitis. Segoda will try and kick it from midfield ahead for Quinn. Bryan in a race as Byrne goes into the corner with him. Quinn trying to get it out of there, and does. Lodovegas nearly kicked it into his own net. 35 seconds left now. We are going back home for a 7th game. No team in this league has ever come back from 3-1 down to win a championship. Maybe the Sockers will be the first, as Katakalitis kicks it out for kick-in Minnesota with 25 seconds left. Stay with us for our post-game show. We hope we will have time for it. We hope to be joined by Ade Cocker, who took a lot of criticism for his actions in the last game. I know he did for me, for the penalty he took that resulted in a power play goal, but Cocker came up with a big goal in this game to tie it, and then set up Brian Quinn.
Yes, Randy, and what we've seen here tonight is a match of skill and a match of effort by San Diego on Minnesota.
Quinn's goal right now, or rather, yes, Quinn's goal right now is the winner. 20 seconds left as Usian plays it left side, and Dangerfield will kick it out of play. So these fans here in Minnesota who have been so supportive of this team in the playoffs will go home without a championship to celebrate, and it will come down to Monday night. And I can't keep emphasizing what a big win this is for the Sockers. A lot of people had written them completely off.
Except for the Sockers themselves. They knew they could do it. They found that in the past games, even when they didn't get the result, they had played and controlled the games, and that built a lot of confidence in the team, in that the job could be done.
Ron Newman takes a timeout with 17 seconds left, leaving nothing to chance here. You take the timeout now, and it gives you an opportunity to kill another 6 or 7 seconds off the clock, and it's simply a good, sound move to kill more of the clock.
And also to let the steam off the momentum, as you want to call it, from Minnesota by allowing time to go by, let the ball get cold a little bit, let the players get a little bit more of a rest.
Sockers moving back into the defensive half. It will be Minnesota ball when we start up again. Strikers also really in a tough situation in this last couple of minutes because they've been playing with 5 fouls. It'll be goal kick for Zoltan Toth, I should say. Of course, the Sockers took the timeout. Ball on the crease line. 17 seconds left. Zoli will boot it downfield for Segoda. Bronco hits it up the middle. Ladouceur chasing after it. Lodovegas gets to it, and it goes out of play. And now there's 11 seconds left.
Good idea there, Randy. A long ball to Bronco Segoda for a header.
Now they change possession and give it to San Diego.
And Bronco heading it across the field to a supporting player.
The Sockers like a cornered animal going into Game 5. Ladouceur scores off of Greg Thompson, and it's 6-3. So Jacques gets his second goal of the game, not into the empty net because Thompson was in there. Shock's 5th of the playoffs, and it comes at 14:52. There will be a 7th game. I'm excited about that one Monday. It's going to be fabulous.
I'm sure we all are. The job's not done. We've got to go back home and win.
For the San Diego Sockers, I'm Randy Hahn along with Sockers assistant coach Johan Arnio, and of course we're very happy, as I'm sure all of you watching back in Southern California are too. There will be a Game 7 Monday night at 6 o'clock, and this has really been a thrilling series, Johan.
It certainly has been one that the Sockers have had to pay their dues and earn, and tonight they fought like Trojans, very valiant, with a lot of discipline, stayed out of foul trouble, and won a game.
Johan, a lot of keys to this game and a lot of turning points. And you thought a bad turning point might be early on when Wilrich went down. I mean, we're already missing a key midfielder in Perez, but the Sockers almost seem to respond to that adversity.
This is credit to the bit players that had more responsibility tonight, like Jack Ledouceur, who came up and had to play a bigger role, and the rest of the team for blending in and keeping the composure of the team.
I thought the Sockers got a lot of effort defensively out of people like Ledouceur, Chacha Nandar, Kevin Crow-Clavillo. Also, Wad Hermes did a lot of running out there defensively tonight, because with Kaz Dana up front, it kind of took away some of Wad's offensive responsibilities.
That's exactly right. Kaz Dana came in and fought courageously. The key to this entire match was that there's nothing changed. The Sockers will run with anybody. The Sockers will match anybody for skill, and if they match them for effort, it's been our game.
To go any further without crediting the winning goalkeeper tonight, Zoltan Toth, would be a travesty. Zoli was outstanding tonight, and he started the game off well, just like he did here in Game 4, which the Sockers lost, but it carried all the way through, and it seems, Johan, when you're playing well, you get the luck, too, like right at the end there where Crow blocked it off the line.
Zoltan was there from the word go, and he was there all the way when he was needed the most at the end. And I'm so happy to see it happen for Branco Segura, who scored the most important goal of the match, Randy.
Well, now we go back to the Sports Arena in San Diego for a 7th and deciding game on Monday night. The Sockers have had brink games before, a final game before. In 82-83 against the Baltimore Blast, they went to a 5th game at the Sports Arena. A sellout crowd was there, and they won. Whether or not it's a sellout Monday remains to be seen. Again, if it is a sellout, we will have it live here on TV 69. Otherwise, we will have it live on KLZZ AM 600 radio in San Diego. But there was a lot of intensity in this building from the crowd tonight, Johan. If it is sellout, even if it isn't, I know San Diego's fans will respond in a likewise manner.
Sure hope so. We certainly need the support. This is not over till it's over. San Diego has got to earn this championship, and that's what they're doing, and we need to earn the support of the fans, too. Let's have everybody out there giving their best.
All right. Again, the final tonight, 6-3. The Sockers over Minnesota, Game 7 Monday, and we'll be back with more from the Met in a moment. We are live on camera right now. Ade Cocker walking onto the shot. Ade, congratulations. Thanks for making that long walk up the field, and congratulations on a great victory.
It's a long walk, but it's really worth it.
Ade, I have to admit here right now, I was very hard on you Wednesday night on the radio when you took a penalty against Tino Lettieri, which, now that I've seen the replay, maybe wasn't all your fault. I think a lot of people were on you. Your own teammates were giving you a lot of grief. You're attracting flies here. You got to change your clone. You took a lot of grief, but you guys responded tonight.
Well, you know, Randy, what we have to look at is that the game sometimes is not the way you see it out here. You have to watch the video, and it's completely different sometimes to what you see out there. And like you said, you know, it works out. It worked out to my advantage. But like tonight, the effort from the guys, it was absolutely incredible. And to do it in front of this crowd, I mean, the crowd is just too much. And to walk away with a victory tonight, it's sweet. It's sweet.
Ade, I think of all the Sockers who are introduced here at the Met Center in Bloomington, perhaps it's the biggest compliment to you because you draw the most boos when you come out onto the crowd. And I'm sure some of that has to do with the fact that you used to play here with the old Minnesota Kicks, and I'm sure a lot of it has to do, too, with the fact that you and Tino Lettieri kind of got into it in this series. A lot of controversial moments. It didn't boil over into that here tonight, though.
It doesn't, simply because, you know, we've got down to what is necessary tonight, and that's playing the game. And we decided if we can play the game, play the game and not worry about anything else, we have a good chance to win, and that's exactly what happened. What people think about Tino and I and the situation is it's not as bad as the fans sometimes take it. They sometimes take it too hard. and we don't, really. Maybe some people should look at us off the field.
Brian, Ade, this thing got tougher right off the bat. You lost Gene Wilrich. You were already without Hugo Perez, and then Brian Schmetzer went down, but the team really seemed to dig down deeper after that.
We really dug down and, you know, worked hard for one another, and that shows incredible character on this team. From the back to front, from Zoli to Jimmy, even off the bench, encouraging everybody. Ron, Hansi off the field, it's amazing. The presence of the other boys, you know, that are not playing tonight, everything just, you know, feels right for us, and we know that they're encouraging us on, and the fans at home, it made us work hard.
Ade, I know you want to get down and have a cool one, but one last question. Monday night, 6 o'clock, Game 7. You have a chance to make history. No team in the MISL has ever come from this far back to win a championship series. I guess you're just expecting one of those typical all for nothing or nothing for all for one kind of games. It all comes down to that one game.
That's exactly what it comes down to. It's a brand new game now, and you know, we work hard like we did tonight. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't win. Not to take away from Minnesota, because they're an incredibly hard-working team. This is ball bounced right for us tonight.
Ade, congratulations.
Thank you, Randy.
Ade Cocker, who assisted on the winning goal tonight as the Sockers defeat the Minnesota Strikers by a score of 6-3. That does it for our telecast and our radio broadcast here from Minnesota tonight. If Monday's game is sold out, we will be live on TV 69 with the game at 6 o'clock. Not a 7:30 kickoff Monday, it's 6 o'clock. So spend your Memorial Day at the beach, then join us at the Sports Arena. Tickets on sale now, 232-0800. I've sold everything I can sell. Thank you for being with us. Thanks to our producer, director, man who does it all for us on the road, Tom Rand, and our crew here in the Twin Cities. Again, the final score, the San Diego Sockers 6 and the Minnesota Strikers 3. Game 7 Monday. We will see you there.